What is the legacy for you?
Hey, what's up guys? My name is AQUI Nolasco. I am a civil engineering student and a fitness bodybuilder. I live in Brazil, I'm Brazilian. My city is called Belo Horizonte. And I'm 24 years old. So in this video guys, I would just, talk to you a little bit about myself. So first of all, I want to talk to you about my history. I think it's something important for you to understand what is the main idea of this project, no brain, no gains. So I want to make sure you understand each step and everything in detail. So here we go. So I'm from I was born in a poor family in Brazil. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and I will be the first person in my family to have higher education. I live with my daddy at the moment, and my mom, she passed away in 2003. And I think it's where the real legacy starts. So me and my mom, we used to be very linked, and I kind of, when she passed away, I lost the reference. One thing that I remember that is really cool, like we used to watch the stars at night, and she was always asking me, Akla, what do you want to be in the future? And I was just saying, like, I was too young, but I kind of remember a little bit. And I was just saying, like, oh, I wanna travel the world, I wanna see the world from above, I wanna be an astronaut, all these ideas. So I used to be very, very low self-esteem when I was younger, and yeah, it's just because I was born with some problems, physical problems that makes me like, it made me a little bit sad about my appearance, but it became worse when my mom died, because she was the only person who was saying like, oh, you are beautiful, there is nothing wrong with you, why the rest of the world would just say you fucking ugly little monster. And yeah, I just have like a structure here guys, it's a lot to talk. So when everything changed, so I remember in 2016, I used to take care of cars on the street in Belo Horizonte, my city. And I remember the day that I was there in 2016, no, 2006, sorry guys. And I was waiting for a client on the street, and there were some students from a private school in my city coming, and I saw them by distance, but then they were approaching and they were laughing a lot. But then there I recognized they were laughing actually about me. And I was like looking to a girl there, she was blonde, she was really beautiful. And I believe the guys noticed that I was looking at her, and they then said, oh, look, I don't remember her name, but it was something like, oh, look, Anna, the guy likes you, he's your boyfriend, go and kiss him. And then she was like, without thinking about anything, she just said like, oh, I would rather to die than kiss this monster. And that day it was too much for me, because I was with many problems in my family. Like after my mom has gone, I have many problems in my family breaking up. Everyone taking your own way and leaving the house. And me and my daddy, we actually lost the house that we were living because we couldn't pay the renting. So all these financial problems, and I wasn't satisfied with myself as well. And I was just like unhappy with myself, and I went straight home after that. And I remember I took the bus and I was crying a lot, and I had some people coming to speak with me to see what is going on, but I couldn't speak to anyone. I was just like sad, and I remember I spent like 4 months of my life just crying and trying to isolate myself from the world. and yeah, I couldn't speak with anyone about this problem. I remember like one day, I believe it was about September 2006, and some people may think it's madness, but I had a dream, and in this dream, I saw things that I could reach, things in life that I could reach, and I was basically living the life that I always wanted. So I was a good-looking guy. I felt healthy. I felt like powerful, you know, and very smart. And yeah, this dream showed me something different and saying like, oh, the life that you want is that, but you can get it, you know, with hard working you can get it. You must change it now. So basically it's complex. I don't want to get too deep to it, but basically that's it. That's a dream, and it kind of changed my mind. So after that day, I remember in the following day I went to school, and the teacher, he looked my scores and he said, Aquila, I don't have any hope for you this year. I think you're not gonna pass. You may need to repeat the year. You're not gonna go to the secondary school or high school. I don't know how you call it, guys, but yeah. So I was in my last year of primary school, just before the secondary school, and my math teacher, he said, no, you're not gonna get a pass. And my grades, I remember, they were so bad in the other modules as well. So I was just kind of like, no, I can do it, but like I work on it. And I remember that day I went home, and there I started studying. Some people may think it's a small thing. Like I studied in a public school in Brazil. And for you who don't understand how education works in Brazil, I think it's kind of the same everywhere. But in Brazil, obviously, you have public and private school, and I always studied in a public school. The education's different. It's lower quality, but you understand a point that I will talk about further. So I worked hard on my studies this year, and in 3 months I got my grades from the bottom to the top, and I got grades enough to get a pass and go for my secondary school, and I became very, very happy, you know, and all the professors at school, they were very happy for me as well. It was a great victory for me. It was the first moment that I said, no, I've got to study. My situation, everything at home is really like, it's shit at the moment, but you know, I believe with studies I can change it. So and so I changed, I moved to another school after that. So this is school that I moved to, it was a little bit better, because some professors that they taught in private schools, and I had some professors there from the university. So it was a pretty cool place to study. Still public, but a little bit better than the one that I was before. So I moved to that, and I started studying every day in the library. I started really like occupying myself with studies. But I was still sad about myself, because, you know, I couldn't date any girl, and I was just kind of like, fuck, I just want to kiss someone. And, you know, I didn't have it, and I was still sad with me. I was trying to, you know, to get busy with studies, but I was always like, in my neighborhood, for example, watching those good-looking guys going to the gym, getting girls' attention. So all these things, they kind of made me sad, and I just wanted to change it. So when does the gym start? One day in 2007, I was walking through the corridor at school, and I saw an announcement on the wall saying about an opportunity for research for junior researchers, and it was at the university. And actually, it was a program from the Brazilian government to get its students interested to go to the university, because before, like, I would say like 8 years, 10 years ago here, university was something for more like rich people, because mainly this university in specific was public, but you have an admission test for like the entrance, and the people who get past that, they're most from like private schools, because and like in the private universities as well, because they've got the money to pay, and also in the case of the public, they get a better grade in the entrance test, because they are well prepared, they're better prepared. But yeah, so you see what happened. So I saw this announcement, and I saw the opportunity, like, oh, I can make some money, I can pay what I have to pay, I can help home, and I can pay the gym. So it was a big deal for me. I remember I started there, and I got in the process. Actually, we had an admission process, and I got a pass, and the area that I choose was engineering. So that I start being like engaged with engineering field. My first time at the UFMG University, the university that I study now, my first time there, I didn't expect too much. I was just like, oh, I will go there, we will talk, and then the final of the month I get my money. But then I got there, and it was like getting into a paradise. Really, like, I really loved it. Like, people hanging out and in the uni bars, and people reading on the grass in the garden, and all the structure, laboratories, everything. I remember I just said, like, oh my god, I wanna be here, everything high tech, everything good, everything fine. I remember, like, in my first meeting with my teacher, and he said, oh, if it's your dream to study here, you've got to start studying now, because the admission test for you will be after 2 years. So, and it's quite like hard, it's quite challenging, because there are a lot of people taking the same test in my city. So yeah, I carried on with my research at the uni in engineering, and I had a really good time with my research. I was very engaged with my project. We were selected by the government to represent the university with our junior research in South Brazil, and it was a great time, a good travel. Everything was paid by the government. We really enjoyed our time there. Beach, the weather wasn't that good. Actually, they had some floods there, like a week ago. So, the environment there was a little bit heavy. But yeah, I had a great time there. We were awarded by our work at in the final conference of the event. So yeah, everything was perfect, and it was my first time traveling far from my home. And so that time I said, my God, traveling is so good. Incentivo a tecnologia assistiva para computadores.
This was the first episode of No Brain No Game, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Please follow me on social media, give a like on this video, subscribe for my YouTube channel and share it with your friends. This is the revolution, guys. See you next. Bye.